You might be accelerating your aging without realizing it. And the culprit isn't what you eat, it's when you eat. While you snack late at night, your body is begging for silence. While you eat without hunger, your cells lose the chance to renew. Research from Harvard, Stanford, and Yale is uncovering something startling. Eating all the time might be sabotaging your biological youth. There's a practice that requires no effort, no sacrifice, just pause. And that pause can reset your energy, your mood, your sleep, and even the way your body ages. But how can the simple act of waiting reprogram your metabolism? Why does your body rejuvenate when you stop eating? And what does morning light have to do with it all? Before we answer, we need to go back to the origin of the time that runs inside you. After 40, life often speeds up while the body quietly asks for rhythm. Hormones that once aligned like an orchestra start to drift. Sleep grows lighter. Mornings feel heavier. Mid-afternoons fray. You may notice cravings that arrive on schedule even when you are not truly hungry. None of this means you failed. It means your internal clocks are reading different times. Fasting offers a single, elegant correction. Shorten the window in which you eat and lengthen the window in which you heal. When insulin rests, inflammation can quiet. When digestion pauses, maintenance begins. Imagine switching a home from always on to smart lighting. Energy goes where it is needed and turns down when it is not. That is what a feeding window can do. Scientists call the shift that follows a pause the metabolic switch. As hours pass without new fuel, your body moves from burning mostly glucose to drawing gradually on stored fat and producing small amounts of ketones. These ketones act like letters, carrying messages that encourage cleanup and tune mitochondria, the tiny engines that decide how much power you feel and how well cells age. Yale's teams have explored how this switch influences inflammatory signaling. Harvard's work has described autophagy as the housekeeping that follows. None of this is a cure, and none of it is magic. Think of it as scheduled maintenance you can control with a clock and a plate. If you are new to this, start simple. Close the kitchen after dinner and reopen it at breakfast, about 12 hours later. Picture the evening, screens dimmed, dishes rinsed, the house growing quiet. You sleep. While you do, insulin declines, the liver processes leftovers, and your nervous system has less traffic to direct. In the morning, step into light before you step into food. That light tells your brain the day has begun. Hormones align, appetite feels less urgent. Over days, you may slide gently from 12 to 13 or 14 hours. There is no badge for speed. This is not a race, it is rhythm. Now imagine the first bite after a clean pause. The food tastes brighter. Your focus holds. The afternoon crash softens. Part of this is mechanical. Better glucose handling and steadier cortisol patterns. Part is relational. You and food are interacting on clearer terms. Fasting is not deprivation, it is design. You still enjoy meals, but you let timing do half the work. That single change can touch many rooms at once. Sleep that settles more easily, joints that feel less loud, a gut that signals comfort instead of protest. The promise here is modest and humane. Less friction, more flow. There will be days when life pushes back. Travel, celebrations, late deadlines. Keep the spirit, not the rule. If the window widens once in a while, let tomorrow be ordinary again. Consider small anchors that help. Morning light for 10 minutes. A short walk after meals. Water with a pinch of minerals when you feel fog instead of true hunger. Visualize your cells like a tidy workshop. Tools on hooks, floor swept, a single lamp glowing. When the door opens, with breakfast or lunch, the room is ready for work.
As we move into the 13 ways, we will keep this tone, gentle, scientific, practical. We will explore why earlier dinners can soothe your nights, why sleep before restriction makes fasting easier, why hydration supports repair, and how a calmer gut can quiet signals that aid you from within. We will look at movement as music, not punishment, and nourishment as a partner to the pause. Above all, we will respect the truth that no method belongs above your life. Tools must bend to people, not people to tools. Breathe, notice, and let timing do what effort alone could not. Comfort, not cure. The first way to make fasting work is to honor the sun. Your body runs on circadian rhythm, and light is its oldest teacher. Try aligning your eating hours with daylight, morning to early evening, so hormones like insulin and cortisol rise and fall naturally. Picture yourself finishing dinner while the sky still holds color. As darkness settles, your body begins its nightly choreography. Melatonin rises, digestion slows, repair begins. Harvard's chrononutrition studies suggest that eating late may confuse your biological clock, leading to higher glucose levels even from the same meal. The reason is timing, not willpower. When your meals follow light, your body remembers its script. The second way is to let sleep lead. Fasting on exhaustion only fuels stress. Rest first, then refine your window. When you sleep well, ghrelin, the hunger hormone, drops, and leptin, the signal of fullness, rises. Stanford sleep labs found that even a single hour of additional rest improved morning glucose response and reduced cravings. So protect your night. Dim screens, cool the room, close the kitchen at least 2 hours before bed. You can't heal in chaos. Fasting builds on calm. The third way, close the kitchen earlier. Imagine finishing your last meal by sunset, then stepping away from the table. 2 or 3 hours of food-free evening allows insulin to fall gently, inviting growth hormone to handle overnight repairs. The NIH calls this overnight metabolic clearance, a quiet period when your body mends tissue, clears glucose, and primes tomorrow's energy. It may seem small, but the hours before midnight carry deep biological weight. Fourth, hydrate like it matters. Water, tea, or a simple mineral mix can turn fasting from strain into flow. Many people mistake thirst for fatigue, especially in the early weeks. Hydration supports your liver and kidneys as they process cellular waste during fasting. Think of it as a river carrying out the debris of yesterday's metabolism. Add a pinch of sea salt to water if dizziness appears. It isn't indulgence, it's maintenance. Every sip helps the body whisper safe instead of starving. The fifth way is the gut's time to rest. Between meals, your intestines perform a subtle wave motion called the migrating motor complex. It's the cleanup crew of digestion. Constant snacking stops that process midstream. When you extend time between meals, this wave finishes its work, reducing bloating and improving nutrient absorption. Yale's microbiome research shows that fasting windows may encourage beneficial bacteria to flourish while giving the gut lining space to repair. The why is microscopic yet powerful. A calm gut keeps inflammation down and immunity balanced. The sixth way teaches flexibility, the body's ability to switch fuels without panic. At first, your cells prefer glucose, but as fasting repeats, they relearn how to draw on stored fat smoothly. This metabolic flexibility stabilizes energy and mood. Harvard's metabolic labs found that people who fast regularly develop stronger mitochondrial function, the powerhouses that keep energy steady through the day. Imagine your metabolism as a hybrid engine, It switches between fuel sources seamlessly instead of stalling in traffic. That ease is youth returning. There will be days when life pushes back. Travel, celebrations, late deadlines. Keep the spirit, not the rule. If the window widens once in a while, let tomorrow be ordinary again. Consider small anchors that help. Morning light for 10 minutes, a short walk after meals, water with a pinch of minerals when you feel fog instead of true hunger. Visualize your cells like a tidy workshop, tools on hooks, floor swept, a single lamp glowing. When the door opens with breakfast or lunch, the room is ready for work.
These first 6 ways, light alignment, sleep-first strategy, early dinners, hydration, gut rest, and flexibility, form the foundation. They are less about restriction and more about remembering. Fasting works not by fighting hunger, but by partnering with time. As these habits take root, subtle signs appear. Mornings feel lighter, cravings less urgent, patience deeper. Picture yourself moving through the day with fewer spikes and softer edges, as if the static inside has been turned down. In the next chapter, movement, stress relief, and mindful nourishment will turn this rhythm into resilience. Comfort, not cure. The 7th way brings movement into the rhythm, but not as punishment. Think of walking after meals as music, not math. A 10-minute stroll sends glucose from your blood into your muscles, turning food into fuel rather than storage. Harvard's metabolic research shows that gentle post-meal movement can lower blood sugar spikes significantly. Imagine finishing dinner and stepping outside. The air cools, your breath evens, your muscles quietly work with your meal. It isn't about burning calories, it's about finishing the story digestion began. The 8th way addresses stress, the invisible weight that can undo even perfect timing. Every alert, worry, or late-night scroll keeps cortisol humming. When stress stays high, fasting feels like threat, not therapy. Insert micro breaks during the day. 2 minutes of slow breathing, shoulders relaxed, eyes closed. Stanford's neuroscience division notes that such short resets regulate the vagus nerve, shifting the body toward safety. You don't need incense or philosophy. You need stillness that tells your cells all is well. Only then does fasting become cooperation rather than control. The 9th way honors the conversation between your gut and your mind. During fasting, a process called the migrating motor complex sweeps through your intestines, clearing leftovers and calming inflammation. This reset echoes in the brain. Yale's gut-brain research found that balanced microbes can raise serotonin and sharpen focus. Picture your mind after a clear fast. Quieter, lighter, more deliberate. The clarity people describe isn't magic, it's biology relieved of noise. When your gut rests, your mood steadies. A calm digestive rhythm translates into a calm emotional one. The 10th way shifts to nourishment, the quality of the food that breaks your fast. What you eat first decides how the next hours will feel. Start with clean protein and healthy fats, eggs, avocado, fish, olive oil, or nuts before adding complex vegetables. These stabilize blood sugar and extend the benefits of fasting by keeping insulin low and satiety high. Breaking a fast with simple carbohydrates does the opposite. It spikes glucose and ends the quiet repair you just earned. Harvard's nutrition studies show that protein and monounsaturated fats help preserve insulin sensitivity and sustain mental clarity through the day. Picture that first bite, slow, grounded, rich with flavor. The why is simple. The pause cleans, the meal rebuilds, and the right fuel decides the rhythm that follows. Think of it not as a diet, but as a conversation with your future self. Each choice says, I plan to feel good later. Both sides of the rhythm matter. The 11th way combines movement and mindfulness, training strategically near the end of your fast. Light strength work, stretching, or yoga teaches the body to use stored energy efficiently. When you eat afterward, nutrients flow straight into rebuilding tissue. Studies from Yale show improved insulin sensitivity when exercise precedes the first meal. Imagine lifting, breathing, and then breaking your fast with gratitude instead of urgency. It's a full circle of use and renewal. Together, these ways, movement, stress balance, gut-brain harmony, nourishment, and mindful training, turn fasting from a schedule into a lifestyle. Notice the pattern forming, simplicity layered into awareness.
You move, breathe, rest, and refuel in tune with light and silence. That rhythm is what youth feels like: steady energy, calm focus, and less need to chase the next fix. Picture the evening after a day aligned with these habits. You close your eyes and sleep arrives easily. Tomorrow's hunger waits patiently. The body trusts its timing. In the final block, we'll explore reflection, extended pauses, and how to build a personal rhythm that lasts. Comfort, not cure. The 12th way asks for depth, a longer fast practiced with care and awareness. Once or twice a month, consider extending your pause to 24 hours, but only when life is calm and sleep has been kind. This is not endurance, it is renewal. Yale's research on cellular cleanup, or autophagy, shows that longer rests allow damaged components inside cells to be recycled into energy and repair materials. Picture this as your body tidying its workshop: shelves cleared, tools organized, waste removed. During this time, stay hydrated, rest more than usual, and let your mind wander instead of work. When you finally eat, begin gently: broth, vegetables, a bit of protein, and gratitude. The reward is not in the length of the fast, but in how softly you return to feeding. Your biology loves balance more than extremes. The 13th way is reflection, a quiet measure of what truly changed. Forget scales and apps for a moment. Listen to the subtler data. How clear is your thinking? How patient are your mornings? How easily do you fall asleep? These are your personal biomarkers, and they tell a truer story than any chart. The NIH's Geroscience division refers to this as functional youth, systems running smoothly regardless of years lived. Fasting may help restore that flow, not through restriction, but through rhythm. Picture a day that feels less like reaction and more like composition, each choice a note that fits. Now imagine applying these 13 ways not as tasks, but as conversations with time. You're not racing the clock, you're learning its melody. Intermittent fasting may help your metabolism breathe, your cells repair, and your mind settle. Yet its greatest gift is awareness. It teaches you to notice what hunger feels like, what rest tastes like, what true energy means. In a world that urges constant motion, fasting becomes an act of quiet rebellion, a pause that says, "I remember how to listen." Emerging research continues to support these practices, but the wisdom is older than any lab: balance, patience, light, and gratitude. As we close, picture yourself months from now. Morning sunlight spills across the counter. Your energy feels clean and unhurried. Meals are intentional, not impulsive. You walk with steadier rhythm. Sleep meets you quickly. The years haven't stopped, but their weight has softened. This is the quiet reversal of biological age, the slowing of noise, the steadying of rhythm, and the kindness of consistency. Longevity science from Harvard and Stanford now echoes this truth. Your body is not just a timeline, It is a conversation between what you do and what you allow. Take a breath and let this story end where it began, with a pause. Let each fast remind you that renewal doesn't demand control, it invites cooperation. Eat when the sun smiles, rest when it hides, move with gratitude, and let silence do its part. The body will follow. If you're ready to begin, write the word rhythm in the comments below. And if you know someone who needs less chaos and more flow, share this video with them. Rhythm is easier to find when we don't walk alone. Comfort, not cure.